Andrew Tate may have been poisoned. Now, I don't know for sure, but he posted this video clip saying face swollen, blood pressure is through the roof, skin is on fire, hard to breathe, some sort of severe reaction or poison. Only had coffee and water so far today. All appeared in the last 5 minutes. So we can see here in this picture, he's saying his face is swollen. And then we have this video where he's having trouble breathing. You can hear him. And then you can see that his skin is bright red all over his body. And he said he only had water and coffee. Looks like an allergic reaction. They say eyes almost shut, gathering chi. And here's a video of Andrew gathering chi. I think he's going to be fine. But I do think it's good that he posted this, to be completely honest, because, look, I don't know if I completely believe the whole Matrix attack thing against him. But, these stories are crazy. They lock him up for months with no criminal charges. Now they're putting new criminal charges on him. They've taken all of his stuff. So, I don't know what this... They really, really, really don't like this guy. Andrew Tate tweets. So it must be someone working for him. Andrew is not allergic to anything. This has never happened before. Has only had water and coffee today. Either an insect bite or some Matrix attack insanity in his bottled water. He's refusing doctors and is focusing on tea and breathing. We'll keep you all updated. Some people have mentioned take some Benadryl, an antihistamine at the very least. Andrew's fine, says that pain is part of life. He says the doctor will inject him with who knows what and kill him. He's in lotus position and drinking tea. As long as he can breathe, he refuses medical attention. So far, so good. The question is where this came from. Yeah. All right, let's ask that question before we jump over to the news story about what's going on with Andrew Tate as of late. Where did it come from? Is he just having an allergic reaction? Maybe it was a bug bite. Maybe it's no big deal. I mean, sometimes these things happen. I've had allergic reactions periodically that are like minor and negligible. I mean, it's like I'll come inside and I'll have like, red on me or something and then like just goes away. I'm sure it happens to most of you. And it could be like hay fever or something, or I ate something different. Because, sometimes people have allergies they don't really know about. He says he only had water and coffee. Maybe there was something on the beans that got in and he had a minor reaction to it. The other thing is it looks like it could be like a vitamin B thing. I don't know if he took vitamins or not. Maybe it seems like a guy who knows about vitamins, didn't take too much niacin. I'm not sure. But let me show you a bit about where we're at so far with what's been going on with Andrew Tate and why there is some worry about this. I just like to point out, you probably look at a video like that and go, get out of here. It's crazy. There's no one trying to poison you. Take a look at this story from The Sun. Andrew Tate, Tristan hit with new charge of inciting violence, sparking wild Twitter rant against prosecutors. So this is Tristan, his brother. They go on to say Romania's DICOT, Anti-Organized Crime Prosecution Unit, notified Tristan Tate on Monday that an additional charge was added to his name. After the new charges were announced, Tristan took to Twitter to hit out at prosecutors in yet another online rant. They say they believe they're being targeted for telling men to work hard. Andrew Tate came out with another bizarre claim about how he's being punished for telling young men to work hard and how he would be embraced if he told them to remove their genitals and wear a dress. Fact. Agreed. He said how he was banned from social media and sent to prison to rot because he told young men to question everything, work hard, and go to the gym. He claimed that if he cut off his and wore a dress and told men to do the same, he wouldn't be described as poisonous to the minds of the youth, but he'd be promoted and embraced. The misogynist claimed, that's great reporting, The Sun. I love how they do that. Claimed that those in power are afraid of me being good and influential and that they don't want me to help men be good. The logical extension is that my enemies are simply evil. It is good versus evil. It is God against Satan. It is the battle for humanity. I don't know for sure. What I do know is they certainly seem to be doing everything in their power to crush the Tate brothers. And that to me is just weird. If they want to come out with a legitimate justification, I'm willing to listen, but they don't have one. Andrew Tate recently bought a bunch of Bugattis. He made a video saying he bought 10 Bugattis because they seized his car. And I'll just play for you his clip.
They took all my cars. Decal took all my cars, so I bought 10 Bugattis. Look, it's the logo. Haha.
They're scooters.
See you at the next house raid.
Just scooters. It's so weird. As many probably guessed, just based on the amount of money spent, he didn't buy a new Bugatti car, but instead a total of 10 new electric scooters created by Bugatti. They can't reach speeds anywhere near the Bugatti Chiron that Tate is well known for, but they're not exactly a small investment at $1,200 a piece. They're available in 3 colors. Are they advertising for Bugatti now? But let's talk about Andrew Tate. Now, the left accuses him of being a misogynist. The Sun accuses him of being a misogynist. I'm not here to talk about Andrew Tate personally. Let's talk about the idea in general. Andrew Tate promotes, among other things, masculinity. Be strong, work hard, don't give up. You can succeed. Does the rocket ship stop halfway to the moon and then just take a break? No, it keeps going. It burns bright and it makes its mission complete. It's a powerful message. Jordan Peterson had a similar message, and boy, did they try to destroy that guy. And it was very, very strange, wasn't it? Take a look at who Jordan Peterson is, this mild-mannered clinical psychologist. And they called him a white supremacist and alt-right. Even though he despised the collectivism of the alt-right, it was the weirdest thing. Because you know what the machines fears the most? Telling people to be masculine. They want you weak and effeminate. Dudes want to be dudes. Dudes want to do dude things. Dudes have natural tendencies. Toxic masculinity, you know what? For what it really is, yeah, it's bad. Toxic masculinity is like the negative aspects of arrogance and aggression that can be associated with dudes. There's also toxic femininity. The aggressive, like what we're seeing now with wokeness is toxic femininity. It is I'm always a victim. No, okay. That is horrible. And it's the Munchausens by proxy. Real femininity is caring, nurturing, supportive, understanding. It's therapeutic. It's listening. And real masculinity is jumping in, pulling a box of puppies out of a burning building. It's grabbing that kid is about to slip from a cliff and pulling him up and using all your strength, injuring yourself in the process. That's masculinity. Masculinity in a simple form is just like going and hunting some food or fishing to bring back food for your family. And femininity is watching the kids and being a good mom. These things, all of these ideas are being destroyed by the establishment, by the corporate press, and by evil forces. Now, I got no problem if you want to come out and say, there's too many people in the world. I say, okay, well, look, I don't know where the line is, but I certainly think that we don't want to be yeast farting ourselves to death. So we want to be good stewards of the earth. We want to make sure that we're creating a good balance with our ecosystem. We don't want to destroy everything. And that's a fairly conservative view. The left view is give us your money and your power so that we can control you because of overpopulation. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. And that's what I have to wonder. Are they going after Andrew Tate because he is an extremely prominent leader, telling young men to be fit, to exercise, to work hard, and not to give up? Now, of course, the media will probably levy everything possible at him pertaining to, sexual issues and misogyny. Sorry, you've overplayed your hand, Matrix. What I should say is I don't know if there's a hand being overplayed or whatever the message is. It doesn't faze me. Why? Julian Assange is a good man. He's an important figure. He's a journalist. And what did they do? They accused him of being a rapist without cause and then locked him up for a decade and have him locked up to this day. They destroyed him. They've not ended everything that he is in his work, but they've really put a stop to a lot of what he could have been and what he could have done. So I have to wonder, when they come out and they accuse Andrew Tate of being all of this evil stuff, how much can you really believe it? There's a challenge there because bad guys exist. There are people like Weinstein. They exist. Let's talk about Weinstein, however. Harvey, am I pronouncing it right? I don't know. This dude in Hollywood, they said that he was abusing all these women. It certainly seems like he'd abused a lot of them. But let's be real. Many of these women were abusing him. Oh, here comes the feminists all screaming and crying like, sorry, no, I'm just going to say it. How many women sought to bang Weinstein thinking it would get them a leg up in Hollywood? Now, don't get me wrong. The women who were victimized by him, and there are many, that's bad. But how many women, maybe it's one, maybe it's two, maybe it's none, I'm asking, knew that going and having a private meeting with him meant they could sexually exploit him because they would get something from him? I think the whole thing's messy and messed up. That's the casting couch, they call it. So bad guys exist. Andrew Tate could be one of them. I don't know. What I do know is that they locked him up without charges. Huh. Now they're getting some incitement charge on his brother? Sorry. I don't believe you. Do I think Andrew Tate was poisoned? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a crazy story to say the least. But I suppose the more anyone is willing to come out and tell young men to be strong, the more they'll be demonized and attacked. And that's why the Matrix, or whatever you want to call it, has no credibility in this regard. But look, if they bring charges against Tate, show me the evidence. I'm not saying he's innocent. I don't know, but he's presumed innocent. He's presumed innocent until you prove otherwise. So actually, no, I will say this. He's innocent. Until you prove otherwise, he's innocent. You can come out with every media story in the world that you want, prove it in court, and we'll talk about it. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all then.